Hello Redditors, welcome back to Tales Against Humanity. Now, let's get started. In today's episode, I want it this way. No, that's wrong, I said this way. Almost there. Click OK to continue. My first experience with users always lie. You ever just have those users that say they want one thing, even describe what they want in detail, then turn around and ask for something completely different / facetist. This is how my Monday has gone so far. $M. Me, the poor soul dealing with the Parks Director today. $PD. Parks Director, the problem child today, who I can assume has at least 2 rocks clanging around in his head. $Ba, my wonderful CIO, who's a straight-up badass and the best boss I have ever had sitting at my desk listening to our CIO give us a brief on what he wants us to focus on going forward since our office has been slow for a couple weeks when $PD rings my phone. $M. Hello, this is IT. How can I help you today? $PD. Hey, so I wanted to get our phone tree situation figured out, preferably this morning. $M. Internally screams, dealing with the Cisco phone system is a nightmare, sure what do you want done? $PD. Well, I need the phone tree, his term. With a system call handler, to ring at both this person's desk and my desk, and if they don't answer it I want it to go to my voicemail. $M. Sweet cheese and crackers, this is easy, sure no problem, I can do that for you. So there I go, rummaging through Cisco's administration pages to alter the phone how he wants it. $PD here has been a huge Peter regarding anything to do with phones, and if you have had the misfortune of working with Cisco phone systems before, you know how much of an expletive it can be to do even simple tasks. I do exactly as he says and test the outcome confirming that 1. The system call handler will ring to the user's desk the director requested, and had the user confirm it also rings at the director's desk, and 2. That if no one answers it, it will go directly to the director's voicemail. Super simple, right? I send him an email detailing these and go about my day tinkering away on another project. Not long after he rings me again. $PD. That is all wrong, that is not what I wanted. $M? Oh, okay. I was under the impression that is what you wanted. Can you elaborate further? $PD. I want this number, which happens to be the extension for the system call handler, to ring directly to the user. I don't want people hitting a robot first thing when they call our department. I also do not want it to go to my voicemail, and in the event there is no answer I want it to ring to the phone tree. System call handler, $M. On the verge of popping a blood vessel, okay. I will see what I can do, but at this point, that means I will have to reconfigure the system call handler to a new extension and change its current extension to a translation pattern, so that when people dial the number it will automatically route to the user's phone. This is going to take a while. $PD, okay fine, whatever. This isn't how it was supposed to be set up anyways. We used to have it the way I described before. No, they did not. So at this point, I just hang up and put my face in my hands before taking a sip of my coffee, utterly exhausted by this runaround. $BA pops into my office to give me a verbal pat on the back and tell me if he asks again, and I'm not joking, if he asks for a change again, take these non-toxic crayons and a few big pieces of paper over to his office so you can get it in writing. He laughs as he strolls back to his office, and his remark gives me some amusement. So here I am, writing this post out while I gut these call handlers and translation patterns and reinstate them with the new rules the $PD asked for. I don't think he understands how much work and how much of a PDA it is to actually do what he just requested. Also, it was working fine before. Now, let's go for story 2. Almost there. Hey TFTS. LTL, FTP. And so I'm not actually a TS person but am helping someone out with their PC, so I think this short story fits. If not, feel free to remove. The cast. Me, not tech support, but I can read and understand what I'm reading. Bro, my brother, an electrician. The story BRO. Hey, can you come fix my computer? Me, what happened? Bro, well, I had a virus, managed to get rid of it, then decided to update all my drivers. Me, okay, bro. Well, now my screen is locked to the lowest resolution. It won't connect to my TV, and the video driver is listed as not being installed. I went to the manufacturer's website, and it said my video card is no longer supported and not to use their auto-update tool, which is what I used before reading about not using it. Me, okay, well, let's take a quick look. Walk over to his computer. Me, okay, so this website you have opened is the manufacturer's website, And yes, it says your card is no longer supported. And then it says you can download the legacy drivers here. Download, install. Less than 5 minutes later, resolution is fixed, TV is connected. PC needs to reboot, done. Now, let's go for story 3. The post from about an hour ago Users always lie made me remember this one. Didn't happen directly to me but happened to a buddy of mine who owned a small PC shop in my town. I was hanging out in the shop when this happened. This is back in the 1990s when CD-ROMs were fairly new. Guy buys a PC tower/monitor/KB/mouse Windows 95 setup as well as some special software on CD. Might have been drawing or something similar, can't remember. Calls my PC shop owner friend, all upset because of the new software he purchased won't install on his new PC. After a bit of troubleshooting, Buddy asks the guy to bring the PC and software CD-ROM back to store so he could troubleshoot. 30 minutes later, Guy walks in with everything including the monitor. Buddy sets the PC up on a table and powers it on. Right into Windows, no issues. Asks the guy to please show him what he does to get the software installed to fail. Guy inserts CD into drive. Opens File Explorer, locates the setup.exe on the CD and double-clicks it. Setup begins. So far, so good. Gets through a bit of the install wizard, clicking next a few times, then gets to a screen that says something like software is ready to install. Click OK to continue. And there is a box with OK and cancel buttons. Guy clicks cancel. See, it just stops and won't install. But he says, OK, let's try this again, except when you get to this prompt again, click OK. Guy seems skeptical but says, fine. Gets to that point and hovers over cancel. Buddy says, no, click OK. Guy, are you sure? Buddy, yes. Software installed properly with no issues. Guy then says that the install instructions were confusing and the software manufacturers need to make it clearer for users who aren't computer experts. My buddy, who has no filter, says something to the effect, this isn't a complexity issue. The screen told you exactly what to do and you did the opposite. Guy grumbles, powers off his PC and packs up and goes home. Now, let's go for story 4. My first experience with users always lie. I've been reading TFTS long enough to know that users always lie, and I finally have my own story. I'm a QA lead, not technically tech support. Users create models using a piece of software, and I ensure that the model is generated correctly, etc., etc. A user sends me an email telling me that the file they have to generate has been corrupted and is unrecoverable. They have gone through the complete file creation process not once, but twice, and it happened both times, costing them most of a day of work. I asked if there were any errors generated when he saved the file, and he assured me there were not. The file simply could not be opened once it was saved. He sends me the file, and it's about 148 KB, whereas a complete file is generally over 1 MB. So I gather up all the information he's given me, including the fact that there were no error messages generated on saving, and send it up the chain to the developers to let them know something screwy is going on. In a completely unrelated incident, I notice a weird bug and forward it as well. The developers respond saying it's documented and send a list of known issues of the software, which I have never seen before, thanks guys. And in that list is a particularly uncommon configuration that causes fatal errors and corrupts the file. Luckily for us, the process generates not one but TWO error messages that have to be clicked through, indicating that the file will be corrupted, and then asks if you really want to save the file. As I'm sure you will have guessed, this is exactly what happened to this user. Twice. That's 4 error messages preventing him from moving on until he clicked through them, and 2 separate times he could have chosen not to save the file. Even after that, changing the config and resaving would have fixed the file if he hadn't closed it out. Honestly, there's no chance we could have figured out what he was doing wrong without him creating the file a 3rd time and then watching him save it, since he refuses to read the error messages and then claims they don't exist. Make sure to like and subscribe for more interesting stories.